Okay, and now we're live on YouTube. Thank you guys for being here. You guys hit me up in that live chat. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to start making sure that I double check YouTube whenever I go live, because it'll let me go live on Twitch and Kick just by pushing a button on in the streaming software. But for some reason, freaking YouTube, every time I go and do I hit the button in the software, I have to then go onto YouTube through the browser and then click go live. Why? Like, anyway, you guys feel free to hit me up in that live chat. Let me know how you guys are doing this afternoon. Let me know you're here so we can get this show on the road. I don't want to start delivering all the news and then nobody be here to see it. So I'll give you guys a few more minutes to get here. Then we'll get started. Hopefully you guys are having a great day. It's been a little busy around here between the 3 YouTube channels, the Twitch, the Kick. That's not even counting the PC business side of things. If you guys are interested in flipping PC shows, I'm gonna have one debuting on the Nickelback Game and Tech channel on YouTube. So make sure you go to that channel, hit that like and subscribe button so you know when the first inaugural episode. It'll be a premiere episode. I ain't never premiered anything on YouTube before, but I will with the first episode of Flip This PC, which is what I'm calling my PC flipping show. Alright guys, I think I'm about ready to get this show on the road. Yeah, I think we're ready. Oops. That wasn't supposed to pop up in that box. Let's start off with this. Anyway, yeah. Good to have you guys here. Got the news right there. We're about to switch it to the big screen. You guys let me know how you guys are doing out there. Damn it, I keep hitting my damn microphone. Anyway, let's get to it, guys. Turn that stream music down just a little bit more. It can stay going in the background. Just, I don't want to be fighting. All right, let's get to it, guys. This week in gaming news, finally, somebody stands up to Nintendo when it comes to their patenting bullshit. Like, I swear, they've got a patent for fucking almost everything. That being said, as of the 1st of April, the U.S. Patent Office revoked Nintendo's patent on summoning characters to make them battle. Which it states here, based on the mechanical gameplay mechanic used in other games. Last September, Nintendo was granted a U.S. patent which covered the action of summoning another character and making them battle on the player's behalf. 2 months later, USPTO Director John A. Squires personally ordered a re-examination of the patent, the first time since 2012 that a USPTO director had personally done so without another company officially getting involved, citing previous patents which might have made it invalid. Now, as reported by GamesFray, the USPTO has decided to reject all 26 claims made in the patent, meaning it has now been revoked. This is a non-final decision. Nintendo now has 2 months to respond, or longer if it asks for an extension, and there can be an appeal made to the federal court if it doesn't agree with the decision. So, I mean, it's not over with yet. I doubt it. Nintendo don't give up. They've been around too long to take people's shit, so they don't. Nintendo's got a damn patent for almost everything, and don't try to freaking pirate their crap like they'll have you in the courtroom in no time flat. Nintendo's patent involving summoning characters to make them battle for the player, the most obvious real-world example being Pokemon. When ordering the re-examination of the patent, Squires specifically focused on the patent's claim to having a sub-character fight alongside you with the option to make them fight either automatically or via manual control. In his order, Squires said he had determined that substantial new questions of patentability have arisen based on the publications of two previous patents named as Yabe and Tora, based on the inventors credited on the patents. The Yabe patent was granted in 2002 to Konami and refers to the sub-character fighting alongside the player either automatically or manually, while the Tora patent was granted in 2020 to Nintendo itself and also refers to a sub-character who battles alongside a player. Anyway, yeah, they're just going to keep fighting back and forth. What I don't get is why. What's the point? Like, it just goes into more deep diving into the patent and crap. But what I want to talk to you guys about right quick is why. Like, why patent that anyway? And how do you go about patenting something like that? Because if you patent that, like, Pokemon isn't the only game that does that. Like, millions of games have pets or other characters that you could summon and fight alongside you. The number one example in my head, World of Warcraft. Almost every character in World of Warcraft, except for a couple, have pets that fight alongside you automatically. Like, I don't know. Nintendo drives me nuts with their patents, and like I said, don't be trying to steal their games. I'm telling you what, if I had $1 for every time I read an article about Nintendo suing somebody for stealing their games. Ah, crap. Anyway, next on the gaming news. Did that fix it? Yeah, okay. Oh, crying out loud. Stupid. Go away. Go away. This Crimson Desert's commitment to cleaning up its clunky controls shines the brightest in how satisfying it feels to fly around Pywell now. I'm guessing that's how you say that. I'm actually looking forward to playing this game. Now here it's really freaking difficult, and I mean it's okay, but it actually comes free with AMD's hardware, software. Oh, hardware. Anyway, I'm actually looking to upgrade the CPU in my gaming PC back there here soon. And when I do that, hopefully I get this game for free and I can check it out. But I'm waiting on that 9950X 3D2. For it will be the best CPU in the planet. And damn it, I'm going to get it. I'm going to have to make payments on it for next year or so, but I'm going to get it. It's well. Anyway, enough about that. Let's get into this article. No more do I fear the cloak. It's wild to look at the Crimson Desert game I reviewed not even 3 weeks ago and see it as an entirely different beast to the one that was released in March. Which I mean, that thing released terrible. Like, as far as its controls, its gameplay, its optimization was awful, from what I heard. Even as I was in the midst of my 75-hour review, Pearl Abyss was continuing to nip and tuck away at the thing. I don't think I've ever seen a single player game shift and change in such a short period of time. But yeah. Apparently they've fixed a lot of the game from like mainly the optimization is there now, you know. It's not as bad as it was, which is good. That's really good. That's what we like to see. All right, now let's move on to some more gaming news. Another Nintendo article. Upcoming Nintendo Switch 2 games release dates for 2026 and beyond. Time to build up your library, guys. If you have a Switch 2, that is. For if you have your hands on the newest Nintendo Switch, the Switch 2. Then you'll be happy that Nintendo hasn't been shy around planned releases over the next year, which include a mix of Switch 2 exclusives, third-party releases, and the benefit of backwards compatibility with any games still launching on the original Switch. Without further ado, here are all the new Switch 2 games you can look forward to in 2026. And they are as follows. Pokemon Champions, which is about to release here on April 8th, 2026. they've actually got a trailer here. Um, the last time I showed a trailer on my live stream, it ended up having to be taken off of there. Or it might have been the song that was on it. I don't remember it. Ended up getting blocked. So I'm probably not gonna bother with playing that. Besides, I definitely don't want to be on Nintendo's radar. So this next Pokemon spin-off game will be entirely free to play. Wow. That's gonna blow up like crazy. You guys are getting a free to play Pokemon game on April 8th. That shit's gonna go freaking crazy off the wall. Well, unless you're interested in an upgrade pack, that is. Of course, there's going to be microtransactions inside that free to play game. It's free to play, it's not free to do what you want to do. If what you want to do requires an upgrade pack. Anyway, Pokemon Champions is all about battling with a particular focus on Mega Evolutions. You'll get your own roster ranch for taking care of your Pokemon while befriending new trainers to support you. This game is a new standard for official Pokemon video game championship events. Oh boy, yeah, this already taking off like crazy. We already know the game won't feature the full roster of uh, of pocket monsters. Then Tamagotchi Life. I hope that's how you say that. Living the Dream releases on April 16th, 2026. And it looks like an interesting kids game. It says Tamagotchi Life was a particularly unique game under the Nintendo umbrella. And I was pretty darn excited to see the series coming back on the Switch too. The concept of creating Mii's and watching them interact on a little island has more novelty than you can imagine. Really, that's what this. That's what. What the? Oh man. Okay. Okay. A game about having your Mii's and just chilling. Okay. I gotta go. We gotta move on. Okay. Mouse PI for Hire, also releasing on April 16th, 2026. Says Mouse PI for Hire is an FPS with more than meets the eye. So that sounds pretty interesting. Looks like it's based around Mickey Mouse and shit. This one, it's been a particular hit at IGN throughout our previews. The first person shooter is based on earlier concept art of the Disney icon Mickey Mouse with an old school hand drawn rubber house animated style. It also seems to have a banger jazz inspired soundtrack. All right. I think I'm just gonna hold on. You guys let me know. Don't show any Nintendo trailers. Hey, Cadet, how's it going, man? Good to see you. Good to see you made it. Boy, I've been missing out on the chat. Let me uh let's have a little chat session because I'm awake, but I'm out. Okay. Oh, you going to the air show? I forgot about the air show. That's cool though. It's a great game. Fuck the critics. Yeah, the Crimson Desert. That must have been what you were talking about. What company? 3 major patches so far. Yeah, yeah. They at least listen to their fans. That's the main thing. And it was optimized from the start. It's the first time I've heard that one. Controls were just eh. Oh, okay. Yeah, don't show any trailers. Yeah, I wasn't planning on showing any trailers. And the WoWs, none of the sound effects are on this live stream. Um, that being said, yeah, I'm not showing any Nintendo trailers. I am not looking to get under the radar of Nintendo at all. Like, not happening. What's going on, beer bombs? Good to see you here, man. Good to be streaming during the day. It feels kind of weird, but I'm loving it. Crimson Desert will be purchased tonight. We were just talking about Crimson Desert. I just read an article about it, how they came out with a bunch of patches, and now it's optimized better than it was at the beginning, and the controls aren't so bad. It's got a massive freaking map, from what I hear. My 3080 had cinematic visuals cut on with no stutter. That's above ultra. I mean, your 3080 should be able to handle pretty much anything. As long as it don't require 16 gigs of VRAM. Anyway, you guys, where'd the stream music go? Did, did it end? Oh, yeah, I didn't put it on repeat. There we go. It's only 10. Remember that? That's what I'm saying. Like, your 3080 should handle everything pretty much fine, except for VRAM demanding games like Indiana Jones. Your 3080 is probably, if you play Indiana Jones with that 3080, it's probably going. You're gonna have to turn the settings down. But you should have the multi-frame generation on the 3080. I heard they put it on the 30 series cards. Twitch is shit without Wi-Fi. Really? I haven't watched Twitch without. Well, no, I did watch Twitch. I watched Twitch on. Huh? I ain't never had problems watching Twitch without Wi-Fi. Might be my phone though, because I got like the new S26, so can't load shit. Oh, I missed a lot. 3080 doesn't have any of that. Really? I could have swore I heard that freaking Nvidia brought the MFG to the 30 series. Not the newest MFG. The newest MFG 5.0, it's only for the 50 series cards. That much I know. I read that up in an article yesterday, I think it was. I'm in and out. Hey, I'm just glad to have you here. Glad to have everybody here. I was going over these articles here on IGN. Do you guys want me to just go down the list of these games coming out on Nintendo, or do you want me to read the paragraphs like I've been doing? Y'all let me know in that live chat. Well, I keep going with this list. Outbound, coming out on April 23rd, 2026 on the Switch and Switch 2, apparently. An ideal game for anyone who's considering running away to the countryside. Really? That's my game? Outbound has you an empty Outbound hands you an empty camper van and an explorable open world to scavenge from and build on. You'll be able to play solo or in co-op mode with up to 4 players. I'm serious. That like I don't even have a Switch. I have to if I play Switch games, I've got to kidnap the wife's Switch. But like that game sounds like right up my fucking alley. You're gonna give me a camper and a map, and just let me do whatever the hell I want to do? Yeah, that sounds good. Pragmata comes out on April 24th, 2026. I'm assuming this is just a Switch 2 game because it's not saying it's for both. It says after a series of delays dating back to 2021. Jesus. I thought I'd heard about Pragmata years ago. Capcom finally re-revealed Pragmata with a firm release date and confirmation of cross-platform support. Hugh Williams gets injured while exploring a lunar-controlled space station where he finds Diana, a pragmatic android. The two are classified as intruders and must combine their hacking and shooting skills to find the truth of their space station. You can learn more about that with their hands-on preview if you want to check it out on the IG and website. Moomin Troll Winter's Warmth comes out April 27th, 2026. Inspired by the Moomin stories created by Tove Jansson, this game has you join Moomin Troll on a winter journey filled with puzzles and new friends. Who the fuck comes up with these freaking names, man? Like, seriously. Moomin Troll. Like, I'm getting a headache. Let me get back to the live chat. I know. No? Nobody's been saying anything? Okay, I guess you guys do want me to keep going down the list with the reading the paragraph and telling you the game. Anyway, we're getting back to the list. MotoGP 26, April 29th, 2026. It will be out for the Switch 2. And I don't know. Yeah, that's probably just a Switch 2 game. For folks who want a little bit more realism in their racing sim than, say, Super Mario World or Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. Jesus. Sorry, guys. I took my heartburn medicine earlier, but I don't know if it's working. Which is weird because it ain't never not worked. Like it's a prescription. Damn, I'm out of Dr. Pepper. Anyway, MotoGP's got you covered if you want a real racing sim. This year's release will support full crossplay for playing with friends and introduces new rider-based handling physics. So that should be interesting. Then I have no freaking clue how the Switch 2 is going to run this game. But Indiana Jones and the Great Circle comes out May 12th, 2026. I'm assuming only on the Switch 2 because I honestly don't know how Switch how the Switch 2 is even going to handle Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, more or less. The Switch 1. Ain't no way that's coming out on the Switch 1. If, like that, the Switch 1 will fucking blow up. Like the Switch 2 is probably gonna have to use MFG just to freaking make it work. I know the Switch 2 has an Nvidia chip in it, so. Set between Raiders of the Lost Ark and The Last Crusade, this Machine Games adventure game places Indy on a quest for the secret of the Great Circle. Travel the world from the Great Pyramids to sunken temples, infiltrate historic areas, and beat up baddies during your daring escapes. We had a lot of love for this one when it originally launched on consoles and PC, calling it far and away the best indie story this century. I am really looking forward to playing this game. I actually did play it I only played a few minutes of it. But the few minutes that I played of it, it looked pretty cool. It looked really good, graphic-wise, especially on 4K on my PC. But sorry, I didn't mean to hit my microphone. But yeah, I wouldn't mind putting it back on the PC and actually playing it some more. It is really graphically demanding though, so unless you have a good graphics card for an Nvidia 40 or 50 series graphics card, I would recommend that you, if you're going to play it, you're going to turn the settings down. Like I got a 9070 XT 16 gig in my PC over here, and that, like, it ran Indiana Jones in the Great Circle great, high frame rate, all that good stuff. Until I turned on ray tracing. As soon as I turned on ray tracing, bam! Like my FPS plummeted at that point. But that was back when it first came out, and that was also back when the 9070 XT first came out. So I haven't had a chance to play it again since AMD's been optimizing the 9070 XT and doing their own upscaling stuff. So it might actually run a lot better now, I'm hoping. Next, Yoshi and the Mysterious Book comes out May 21st, 2026. Yoshi's got his own game. About time, buddy. You've only been around since the Super Nintendo. You took you till Switch 2 to get your own damn game. The most recent first-party Nintendo game to get a firm release date, Yoshi and the Mysterious Book will be releasing exclusively on the Switch 2 this May. It's the first Yoshi game since Yoshi's Crafted World in 2019. I didn't know he already had a video game. The gameplay shown during its initial reveal hinted at some familiar mechanics. Before we get our hands on that, however, we'll be seeing Yoshi, voiced by Donald Glover in the Super Mario Galaxy movie. Then we get Busby 4D on May 22nd, 2026. We're getting our first 3D Busby game in almost 30 years. Well, 4D. The platformer introduces some new moves to the usual roster and will feature a spread of levels across 3 planets, which you can learn more about in their preview. The game will also immediately support online leaderboards and speedrunning, or leaderboards for speedrunning. Sorry. Alright, I'm going to take a small little chat break because this list's long. I was not expecting this list to be that long. It's good to see that Nintendo's got you guys covered. as far as games coming for the Switch. If you guys have a Switch too, or the first one anyway. Alright, let's get back to it. This list ain't gonna do itself. Next is 007 First Light, May 27th, 2026. Yet another massive multi-platform release. IO Interactive's take on James Bond is launching on Switch 2 alongside PC, Xbox, and PS5 in late May. The game lets you play out Bond's initial recruitment and rise in the MI6 ranks, featuring Patrick Gibson as the titular spy, whatever the fuck that word is. Next, Bluey's Quest for the Gold Pen comes out on May 28th, 2026. The latest game based on the children's hit Bluey is making its way to the Switch 2 in May. The game originally released on iOS this past December and is pitched as an adventure game where you help the Healer family retrieve Bluey's gold pen from inside her drawings. Not my forte, but my son would love that game. He loves him some Bluey. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth comes out June 3rd, 2026 on the Switch 2. The second part of the Final Fantasy VII revamp is coming to Switch 2 consoles this summer after escaping the city of Midgar. Cloud and company must traverse across the massive, beautiful world in pursuit of Sephiroth, I think it is. Pretty sure that's how you say that. IGN describes the game as both a best-in-class action RPG full of exciting challenge and depth, and as an awe-inspiring recreation of the world that has meant so much to so many for so long. Besides the graphics update, Rebirth introduces a new affinity system with allies and, yes, a ridiculous amount of side quests and mini games. Next, Densha Attack comes out June 17th. Instead of trying to explain this one myself, I'm simply going to borrow from... Okay, I'm just going... Denshin Attack is Tony Hawk with Japanese trains. For train lovers, buy train lovers. Sounds pretty freaking awesome. The Adventures of Elliot, The Millennium Tales, comes out June 18th, 2026. It's a 2D HD 2D RPG from the creators of Octopath Traveler and Bravely Default. While exploring the ruins near his hometown, Elliot discovers an artifact that lets him traverse space and time. From there, you must travel across 4 ages, each with unique citizens and scenery, to try to save your home. And that's all the confirmed ones. Yeah, there's a list of games here that have not been confirmed with release dates yet. But they do have release windows. Orbitals 2026, summer 2026. Another Eden Begins, also in summer of this year. Turok Origins, fall 2026. The Eternal Life of Goldwing, 2026. Witchbrook, once again, sometime this year. Well, the rest of these, most of the rest of these are all just sometime this year. Professor Layton in the New World of Steam, Rhythm Heaven Groove. I have freaking no idea how to say it. Danganronpa. 2x2, Elden Ring Tarnished Edition, the Dustbloods, Fire Emblem, Fortune's Weave, Splatoon Raiders, Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remastered. That's coming out on the Switch too? Oh, Jesus. Well, let's hope they do better at optimizing it for release on Switch 2 than they did at the beginning when they first came out with it on PC. Valheim, Captain Tsubasa 2, World Fighters, and Kyoto, whatever in the hell that says, is the last one that comes out 2026. Then Pokemon Winds and Pokemon Waves are supposed to be scheduled for sometime in 2027, and then Haunted Chocolatier is to be announced. Yeah, that was a really long article. So, in PC news, just in case you guys aren't tracking, RAM prices are seeing their first decline since fall of last year. And it's all because OpenAI fails to purchase 40% of the world's DRAM wafer supplies. But that's not the only thing either. DDR5 RAM prices are finally starting to decline for the first time in several months. Google's new compression algorithm is being hailed as the major reason behind these price drops. But it's not like, yes, this new compression algorithm that Google came out with, it's supposed to help reduce the at show now. Bye. Adios, cadet. Thanks for stopping by. But that was like 5 minutes ago, so you're probably already gone. That being said, RAM prices are coming down, but it's not just because of the freaking Google's announcement for this new type of RAM that's not supposed to it's supposed to optimize AI so it don't need as much RAM anymore. Which, yes, that's good, and it probably did affect the price a little bit, but I mean, they just announced the technology. It's not out yet, so I really don't foresee how that would be the cause for the RAM prices to go down. I imagine it probably helped make it go down, at least some, but this OpenAI no longer buying 40% of the world's DRAM wafer supply is another factor in the declining demand. Yeah, that's the main freaking thing right there. 40% they were gonna buy 40% of the world's DRAM, but they're not now. Like, Crucial's gotta be freaking Micron and Crucial's gotta be fucking pissed right about now. Yeah, I think it's great. Y'all want to leave us gamers in the fucking dust to try to capitalize off freaking AI, and now they're fucking shoving it up your ass. Take that. That's what you guys get. 2025 H2 brought a rise in RAM prices and other consumer components that rely on DRAM and NAND memory. This crisis was driven by a huge increase in demand by AI tech giants who rushed to secure as much supply as possible to meet future goals. Which, that was so much bullshit. Like, I believe the AI tech giants did that shit on purpose. Like, they didn't need all that shit right at that fucking time. I mean, it literally just says right here, rushed to secure as much supply as possible to meet future goals. Like, motherfucker, you could buy the RAM in the future for your fucking future goals. The lack of stocks made high-end memory sticks more expensive than ever current gen consoles. However, DDR5 prices are now finally declining for the first time in months, driven by several new developments in the industry, which is great. As you guys can see on this graph right here, this is where RAM prices were last year. In August, they took a dip, and they were nice. RAM prices were beautiful. Things were going great. And then, in November, that's when this freaking crap happened, and bam! It went, like, it's not a little slant, it's not nothing, it's not slant at all, it's just dot 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 dot, take off. And then finally, here at the end, we're finally seeing RAM prices come down. Like, I'm so lucky I bought that 64 gig kit back in early 2025, before the freaking RAM prices went through the freaking roof. That kit, that's 64 gigs of RAM, DDR5 RAM in that PC, by the way. And no, I'm not rich. I would be if I took it out of there and sold it. Well, I would have been if I'd sold it like last month. I actually looked last month in the same DDR5 RAM kit that I got in my PC over there. Newegg wanted over $1,000 for it. Anyway, Corsair Vengeance 32 gig DDR5 kit has become slightly more affordable, falling to $379 instead of its usual $439 peak on Amazon. Which, that's weird too, because like a lot of, like, I found some white Corsair RAM, RGB, all that good shit, 32 gigs, DDR5, 6000 megahertz, CL36, I think was the only bad part of it. It was around two something. I couldn't believe it. I mean, it's not a great price, but it's better than it was. OpenAI not buying 40% of the world's DRAM wafer supply from Samsung and SK Hynix could have also kick-started the price drop of RAM prices. These deals were only a letter of intent, but the world treating them as binding purchase orders brought the RAM apocalypse upon us. The decrease in costs is also largely attributed to the TurboQuant compression algorithm that Google announced. The KV cache compression reduces memory requirements in AI workloads by up to 6 times. So yeah. The paper also reveals that the compression layer does not produce a noticeable difference in the long context workload. This development indicates that these AI tech giants won't need as much memory supply as they once thought, which could have started the price decline. However, this might not be a long-standing fall, since Google's new algorithm still supposedly has hard limitations. Either way, like, you guys let me know. Do you guys think that the RAM prices are going to continue to plummet? Or you think this we're just going to go gradually down. Me personally, I don't think it's over yet. Um, I want to believe it's over. I really do. But um, yeah. Either way, whether this is the AI bubble popping and we finally get back to some normal um, prices for PC hardware, um, I don't think it's going to go down quick. Like, I think it's going to be a, like I showed you the graph. It was normal, then it shot up like a freaking rocket. Now I have a feeling it's going to be like, all right, we're coming down a little bit, we're coming down a little bit, we're coming down a little bit. It's going to be like a staircase coming down instead of falling straight like it did when it freaking launched up. All right, let's get this news over with. I've got some other stuff I got to get to. RAM prices. That was that. All right. We already did the Crimson Desert. I don't think there's anything else, PC wise, that we need to talk about. I don't think, anyway. Let me back up. Take a gander. Yeah, I think we pretty much talked about everything here. So we will go back to VG's Video Games Chronicles for a few minutes. I look to see what we've got going on here. Oh, here we go. This is good. Amazon Prime's 12 free games for April include XCOM Enemy Unknown Complete Pack. Amazon Prime subscribers can claim free PC games to keep via its Luna service. This month's wave of free PC games have been confirmed for Amazon Luna, formerly known as Prime Gaming. This month's games include XCOM Enemy Unknown Complete Pack and Total War Pharaoh Dynasties. Although the service is now part of Amazon's Luna gaming service, which mostly deals with streaming games, the offer here remains the same as it was when the service was known as Prime Gaming. This means as part of the Prime subscription, players are given a selection of PC games every month to claim, download, and keep. That's right. You get to download it, you get to keep it. It's yours forever. You don't have to worry about staying on Amazon Prime in order to play it. It's yours. While other services like PlayStation Plus and Game Pass only give the players access to the game while they remain subscribed, Amazon gives you the codes. You guys can go to other stores like GOG, Epic's, and Amazon's own game launcher and retrieve the games. Here's a full list of the games on Luna this month for April of 2026. We already talked about Total War and XCOM on April, which are available now, by the way. On April 9th, A Rat's Quest, The Way Back Home, is going to be available via the Epic Game Store. Kings of Retail versus will be through GOG. Then on April 16th, Snake Core on GOG, Monster Harvest on Epic Game Store, and Detective Agency Grey Tie Collector's Edition. Legacy Games is how you will claim that one. April 23rd, NeoCab through GOG, and The Pale Beyond also through GOG. And then on April 30th, Neki, or I have no idea how to say that. Super Muscle Cat, Epic Game Store is how you get that. Fantasy General, GOG, and Pinball Spire also through GOG. And that's all the games that are free this month. But players still can claim March's free game titles, which include Teeny Tiny's Teeny Tina's Wonderlands, Tiny Tina's. Freaking, I'll learn how to freaking speak one of these times. Assault on Dragon Keep, Total War Rome 2, and Total War 3 Kingdoms. Yeah. I think that's about it. I mean, we got some more stuff here, like GOG's optimized ports for original PC. Resident Evil Trilogy are now on Steam too. Oh, that's freaking cool. So if you guys are looking for, if you guys are looking for some of the original PC Resident Evil Trilogy games, GOG's got optimized ports that are on Steam now. So, and we've already talked about pretty much everything else. So, yeah, I think that pretty much oh crap. Man, I'm sorry guys. I didn't know I was stuck on this fucking screen. I'm sorry guys. I didn't know I still had you guys on this scene. I appreciate you guys. That's all the gaming news. At least for now. Anyway. You guys make sure you hit that like and subscribe button here on Nickelback Gaming News so you guys know when I go live again. And you guys know when I'll post videos. I'm going to be posting a lot more shorts. I was doing it a few weeks ago, and I've had a lot of stuff going on here recently, so I haven't had a whole lot of time to do the shorts. But we're going to get back into putting out at least a couple shorts a day, I think it is. I'll try for at least one a day to start out. I don't want to tell you that I'm going to do like 3 or 4 gaming news shorts a day or whatnot. Only be able to put 1 or 2 out, you know? So let's just go for 1 a day for now. Yeah. I appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. And if you're on Twitch and Kick, make sure that if you're enjoyed this live stream and you want to see more like it, make sure you hit that follow button so you know when we go live again. On my Twitch and Kick, I combine all 3 of my YouTube channels together on my Twitch and Kick. So if you follow now for a gaming news live stream and you come back on Saturday and it's just a gaming live stream where I'm drinking and playing video games, fear not, I'm gonna try to start doing these gaming news live streams every Friday at around this time in the afternoon. That being said, you know, you guys make sure you hit that follow button at least on Twitch and Kick, so you can help us get to 25 followers on both Twitch and Kick. We're really close, so please consider hitting that follow button so you know when I go live again, and you can help your boy out here a little bit. That being said, that's about all I got for this live stream. I appreciate you guys. Like I said, Twitch Kick, hit that follow button. If you're watching on Nickelback Gaming News, hit that like and subscribe button on this live stream. It helps immensely in the algorithm and YouTube pushing it out to more people. I appreciate you guys so much for watching. Thank you, and I will see you guys next Friday for another news live, for the next Nickelback Gaming News live stream. It will be next Friday afternoon. That being said, if you are interested in PC building live streams, videos, make sure you go to Nickelback Gaming Tech on YouTube and hit that like and subscribe button over there. And if you just want to hang out with me and chill, well, play some video games and hang out with y'all, that's cool too. We do that 3 times a week on the Twitch and Kick, but that's through the regular Nickelback Gaming YouTube channel. That being said, I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you, and you guys have a good rest of your Friday evening, and have a great weekend, guys. And I will see you guys. If you tune in for Sippin' Saturday, I'll see you Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern here on Twitch and Kick. If you're watching on YouTube, you're gonna want to go to the Nickelback Gaming channel for the Sippin' Saturday live stream. That being said, yeah, I appreciate you guys. Hit that follow button on Twitch and Kick. Hit that like and subscribe button on YouTube, and I will see you guys. The next live stream will be tomorrow night for Sippin' Saturday gameplay live streams. Then Monday, another gameplay live stream. And Thursday, another gameplay live stream next week. And then we'll be back here again next Friday afternoon for next week. For next week's Game and News live stream. So thank you guys. Have a good rest of your Friday and have a good weekend. And if I don't see you during one of my gaming live streams, then I'll see you guys next Friday for the next episode of This Week in Gaming News. Thank you guys. Have a good night, or have a good rest of your day. Have a great weekend, and I will see you guys next time. Till next time, peace.